clap. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Clap your hands. Clap your hands. Clap, clap. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kape. If you're new, welcome. Thanks for being here. If you haven't yet, go ahead and click subscribe. That way, there. This is Isaiah. So today we are going to talk about, I have my notebook here so that way I don't miss anything that I want to talk about. I wanted to talk about stuff they don't tell you before and after pregnancy. So some stuff I had to learn as a new mom. Knowing about it would help me prepare myself. So without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about things they don't tell you before and after pregnancy. So the first thing that I had to kind of deal with was yeast infection. The amount of yeast infection that you get during pregnancy is crazy. And I thought, oh my God, am I dirty? Like, what the heck? Yummy. So it's not because I'm dirty or it's not because you're dirty. It happens. And I didn't know that. Honestly, I didn't know that. So I got creams and trying to get rid of it, and they'll just keep happening. And so that was kind of like, okay, I don't like this. Okay, I really don't like this. So that's the first thing that I wish I knew. Yeah. So that way, you know, I didn't freak out like I did. And then the second thing that I wish I knew was you are allowed to switch your OB or midwives. In this case, if you feel like they're not treating you right, no matter how much you advocate for yourself. And I switched from an OB to midwife at 12 weeks because my OB, she was great. I just felt like we were not a good match and I needed more. She wasn't one to like sit down with me and talk through some of my concerns because I just deal with so much anxiety. Yeah, so you are allowed to switch your provider. If you feel like they're not completely, you know, in sync with you, you're allowed to leave. Don't feel pressured. And I'm not quite sure you have to kind of look around. I'm not sure when the cutoff is. Obviously not like right when you're about to deliver. I don't know if you're allowed to do that, but you are allowed to switch. And the next thing that I wish I knew, like again, I'm looking at my notes so that way I don't forget anything, is feeling alone during pregnancy and after, of course. But even though you have your significant other, you have all your support, you still feel lonely. It's not that you are, you know, not being grateful for all the people that are around you. It's just, you know, you're experiencing this thing alone and you wish you can talk to people about it, but it's kind of difficult because they don't completely understand what you're going through. So it's so hard trying to connect with people that don't understand. And when you feel that you are burdening them with all your, you know, complaints, even though they're not complaints, they're valid points, and you just feel, you know, alone. And then after pregnancy, you somewhat still feel alone, you feel isolated. And in my case, it was during the pandemic, and I was I felt alone, like you couldn't go anywhere. You just, you know, had to stay inside. Like, who are you going to see? Like, everyone had to be, you know, super cautious because you have a baby, and you just have to be really careful around people. And so you just feel alone. And then sometimes you feel alone even like around your husband, your boyfriend, your fiance, you know, whatever, because you felt like they don't quite understand what you're going through. And I know that sometimes, you know, dads go through it too. Like, the mom isn't understanding what they're going through. It's a thing. So it's like both parties feel very isolated and alone and misunderstood in some way, so you will feel that way. It's not like there's something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. Like, the 4th trimester is so hard. Like, it's like a period where you're trying to figure out who you are, you know, how to, if your husband's going back to work, you have to figure out, you know, a routine for you and your baby, you know, during the day, nighttime, to keep things smooth as possible. So it's like a learning, you know, it's a learning process, and you just trying to figure out how to do it, and you just feel so overwhelmed and so alone that you don't want to talk to anyone about it, because you're like, I don't want people to think I'm complaining, you know, about being a mom. Obviously I love being a mom, but it's like you don't know who to talk to because you don't want anyone judging you or mom shaming you. So it's like, it's a lot. Like, you just keep everything inside, you know. So I wish, you know, someone would have talked to me about that. And then the next one is get yourself a therapist. Honestly, like, I'm still working on getting myself a therapist. I wish that I had a therapist before and after getting pregnant, so that way I have someone to talk to about my problems. Just someone to, you know, help me navigate through this new journey. I wish I did that, getting myself a therapist. That would have helped a lot. And the next thing is lightning crotch. Bro, you get them a lot, and they hurt. And I know some girls get them during periods, and it's like that, but I felt mine to be like 100 times more worse. So that one was, oh my god, I was like, Jesus Christ, like, you literally jump like, ah, like something's up there. And hi baby, I'm sorry I didn't yell. And it's so uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable. And the next thing I wish I knew was that getting your cervix checked is so painful. So painful. Having to push a 7-pound baby, I would do that 100 times more than having my cervix checked. Honestly. The next one, back pain. Oh my god. During pregnancy, I cried because my back hurt so bad. And then after pregnancy, your back still hurts because you have to carry around a dumbbell, 20 pound, 30 pound, 40. You just have to, your back just doesn't recover. So I would say getting a chiropractor, if you can afford it, if your insurance can cover a chiropractor, you should definitely go and see a chiropractor, because your back is gonna be destroyed, literally. So get yourself a chiropractor if you can afford it. And the next one is hair loss. So this is not really like new to me, because I struggle with this hair loss from being stressed all the time. That's just me. I'm stressed all the time. So but oh my god, my hair loss after the 3 months, it was just like literally like coming off. So I decided to shave it, as you can see, and I'm growing it new. It was shaved. Oh, Isaiah just farted. It was completely shaved, and so I'm growing it back up again. So hair loss, prepare yourself. Like, just when you think, oh, I'm not, you know, it's not gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Prepare yourself for that. And then is peeing all over yourself every time you sneeze, or run, or jump, or freaking squat down. You just pee yourself. Like, oh my god. So that one is kind of embarrassing, but they say to do Kegels to kind of help with your pelvic floor and all that stuff, and I suck at doing Kegels, so you can just wear penny liners. And then the next one, after pregnancy, you feel phantom kicks. Oh my god, I kept feeling a baby inside me kicking. And I was like, oh my god, am I pregnant again? Like, this can't be, like, no, we can't be pregnant again. But no, it's phantom kicks. Same with phantom cry. Like, you'll be in the shower, you just hear a baby crying, and you just jump out like, oh my god, the baby awake, or like, what's going on out here? Like, why is the baby screaming? It's phantom cries. Nothing major, just phantom cries. You'll be in the car, you hear a baby cry. You'll be in the grocery store, you hear a baby cry. Like, oh my god, for like the first 6 months, I keep hearing phantom cries. eyes. Like, it was weird. I thought I was going crazy, and my husband was experiencing it too. So I was like, okay, I'm not crazy, because he will literally pause, like if he's watching TV, he will pause the TV like, oh, do you hear that? And I'm like, yeah. So it's really weird. And then the next one that I didn't know, it takes up to 4 weeks for your milk to regulate, and I didn't know that. So that was kind of, you know, because I was really hard on myself, my breastfeeding journey, and it was good to know after. But is lip tie, tongue tie, posterior tie. Oh my gosh, I wished I'd read more on this, and I wish I knew about it before, you know, I got pregnant, because Isaiah did not latch. I didn't have that perfect, oh, my baby latched right away on the get-go. We struggled for 5 freaking weeks. We struggled. Like, this has been one of the most amazing yet a bit traumatizing journey, I would say, with breastfeeding. Like, Isaiah didn't latch, and it took us 5 weeks to get help, because I didn't get much help from my the postpartum care place at the hospital. So that was kind of a bummer. But learn, do your research, figure out, in case your baby were to be born with a tongue tie, lip tie, or posterior tie, where you should go, what you should do. So make sure you read on that and have a plan. Even if you don't think it's gonna happen, it might. Just having a plan will save you the time and pain. Trust me. Okay. And then the next one is after you give birth, and then after the nurse delivers your what is it called, placenta, they massage your belly. Woo! Good God, that hurts. Okay, that freaking hurts. I didn't know that. I mean, people told me like, oh, they massage on your belly to get all the excess blood out. You know, it takes a few minutes, but it's not that bad. It's bad. It hurts. It hurts really bad. Like, I held onto my midwife's hand. I was like, F. I was swearing, and that hurts. I wish I knew how much it hurt, but to prepare myself. That one was painful. No. And then the next point is your feet grows. After or during pregnancy, your feet grows. After pregnancy, your feet grows. So it just keeps growing. Like, okay, I used to be size 9.5, and then I went to size 10 when I got pregnant, and then now I'm in size 12. So I was like, great, we're just gonna keep growing. Okay, I won't be in size 15 by the 3rd baby, shoot. But your feet grow, so and the next thing, breastfeeding is an emotional experience. Like, breastfeeding is amazing, but it's very emotional. Like, all the emotions that you can think of, you will experience during your breastfeeding journey. And I didn't know that. Like, going into my breastfeeding journey, I thought, oh, like, this is just gonna be so amazing, and rainbows and butterflies and other stuff. But I wouldn't change it for the world. I just wish I knew more, and I wish that my lactation consultant were there for me more, because I just felt like I was thrown into the lion's den and was like, figure it out kind of thing. So I had to figure it out by myself, and my husband was a big help too. He helped a lot during this stop it, during my breastfeeding journey. So just no biting, Bubbas. No biting. Why are you biting, Mama? He likes to bite. And pumping may not be, intuitive. Like, a lot to learn about pumping, and the one thing that I wish I knew before pumping was the flanges that come with your pump is in your size. It may be, to some people, but we all have different nipple sizes. Like, you have to get your nipples sized before you start pumping. I didn't know that. And so for the first 5 weeks, I damaged my nipples because I kept going back to the lactation consultant asking them to size my nipple. But during COVID, they're like, we're not doing that because of COVID. I'm like, what does COVID have to do with any of this? So for 5 weeks straight, I couldn't afford a private consultant to come to my house or go to size my nipples. So I like damaged my nipple, and it was bad. Like, it was really bad. So make sure you get sized if you can afford a private lactation consultant, or if you can go into your where you gave birth to see if there's someone there that can help you. Like, mine completely did not help me, so that kind of do it anymore. I wanted to give up because it was so painful. I didn't have the help from the hospital I gave birth, and it was just like a whole thing. So next thing that I wished I knew was you will feel almost, you will feel guilty almost every minute. Everything that you do, you feel like you're doing it wrong or you suck, and you will feel, disconnected from your husband or your wife. Like, you just feel like this little human is what I have to focus on right now, and both parties feel completely left out. And so I wish I knew how much that was gonna impact our relationship. Like, we are communicating, and that's helped a lot, but you will feel disconnected from your spouse, and it's not the best feeling. But if you guys have a good communication, you guys should be good. Or get yourself a therapist. Again, go to couples therapy. So that's, because it's hard. It's really hard. It's amazing, but it's really hard. Last but not least, pumping is amazing, but also you need to watch out how much you pump, because you can increase your supply tremendously, and that will lead to a lot of, milk duct clogs and mastitis, and you do not want mastitis. I've already gotten 4 mastitis in the last year, 4 of them, and they're painful. Painful. So make sure you know how much. I mean, if you want to be an oversupplier, you can go for it. Like, I was an oversupplier, and I had to calm down on pumping alone, because if I didn't pump, my breasts were just huge, and they, engorged, and they hurt. So I had to pump, and the more I pumped, the more milk I made. And I was like, okay, I'm not about this. Like, I'm not trying to, feed the whole village. Like, can we calm down? And so know how, you can pump for 10 minutes, for 15 or 20 minutes, and don't pump for more than an hour. Oversupply can be just as problematic. When you breastfeed, your uterus contracts. You still get cramps and contractions after you give birth to your baby, and you're breastfeeding, your uterus contract every time you breastfeed. That was weird, man. Like, I was like, but it would have been nice to prepare myself. If you haven't yet, go ahead and click subscribe and join my little family. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. My name is Kape. If you're new, this is Isaiah. Yeah. Oh my goodness, he likes to talk. So anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. We'll see you guys soon.